What's up?
What's up, everybody? Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm happy.
I'm super
Thanksgiving
happy.
is a great time.
Do you know how I get so nostalgic this time of year?
Do you get to?
I do.
You get all sentimental.
We decorate the house and we see the family and
Are you a decorator? Do you get in there? Are you really like?
So I have this thing where every year, like what I'll do is like I'll sneak decorate the house. So my wife will put the kids to bed or something, and I'll like put the tree up, or I'll do the banister, with like a garland thing or something.
I like that.
And then she comes out and she say,
look at that. Oh.
And usually it's like one night when she's mad at me and then she like puts the kids to bed and then she comes out and I'm like, hey, it looks like Hallmark.
You're like, I didn't go out and buy a purse, but I put the tree up.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Exactly. So,
by the way, I'm Thomas.
I'm Ben.
This is the Gross Up. Podcast, blogcast.
Thanksgiving edition.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. It's a wonderful time. Christmas is around the corner.
Yeah.
Are you doing Black Friday thing? I mean, I know I'm going to go off track here. Are you doing Black Friday shopping?
I'm not into labels.
Okay, just skip over the whole thing. Never mind.
No, honestly, I'm a terrible present giver.
Wait. So that's why you do the tree thing, and that's why you do the surprises at night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're a terrible gift giver? I
am a terrible gift giver. I admire people. Big shout out to my friend Tanya Maratini from Nike.
She's a good gift giver?
Phenomenal. Like she has sent me more. She's sent me more baby clothes than I bought for my own child.
Dang, Tanya.
Which is both bad and great at the same time. So
I'm feeling left out, man. I gotta have a baby.
Well, Vinny takes care of you in other ways.
Oh yeah, hey Vinny, what's up, man?
You're well taken care of.
What's up?
Don't cry for Thomas.
Man, yeah,
but I do have a onesie if you.
I probably could fit the onesie that you got your child.
Anyway, so big shout out to
Thanksgiving.
Those people.
So what do we want to do? I mean, it's Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving now. Like I'm ready to go eat or something.
I think there's only before you eat. I think there's only one thing that we really can do.
Is what?
I think we need to give thanks.
Oh, on Thanksgiving, I like that.
Yeah, we are incredibly blessed. Do you ever take stock of that? Like take us 2 steps back and look at your life. Maybe
I try to do that as much as possible. At least once a day. You got to take a step back. Because whether you're successful or not, you have to make sure that you are really thanking the people around you and really realizing who in your life is actually helping you out.
I'm so moved by the blessings in my life and the people that have bestowed those blessings on me. I talk to some people sometimes and they say things like God helps those who help themselves. Mm-hmm. And I think you're an idiot. Because you know what? You wouldn't be here if it weren't for 2 people.
2, at least.
And then from that day forward, you haven't stopped taking stuff from other people and blessings in your life. So you know what? We need to always remember that we are here because of other people.
Yeah, yeah.
And we need to always remember to let them know how important they are in our life and what they've done for us. Because by letting them know that, now we take that blessing they've given us and now we bless them back.
Right, exactly.
And now we close the loop of blessings.
Yeah, because if you feel like like what you said, if you feel like you're just helping yourself out here and everything that's created around you is because of you, then it stops at you. Like all these people help you and all this energy flows and then it stops right at you because you are the creator of all good.
I mean, as soon as you start thinking you're the source of your own success, you're doomed for failure. So
failure's next.
Yeah, I think part of my success, I don't know about you, but I think part of my success is my ability to thank and recognize other people in my life. And I think because I do that, I think because I sow those seeds back, they kind of continue to sow into my life and vice versa. So I think it's super important right now and for the next month, 'tis the season, to really recognize people who've been a blessing in our life.
Absolutely. So outside of, because obviously you have the customary thanks, you have the wife, the kids, the family.
Oh, we just forget them, right?
You just got to forget them.
We take that for granted.
This isn't Facebook.
We thank you 10 months out of the year. These 2 months right now.
This is for LinkedIn. Right?
This is for the LinkedIn
but honestly,
people.
Like since we've taken the time out away from family on this wonderful day.
Everybody else eating turkey,
celebration and eating,
and
right?
stuffing,
and he's wearing a 3-piece suit. So he had to say the prayer.
You got to say grace, and you got to wear your church clothes if you're saying grace.
So outside of the people that we know for sure that you've actually on your LinkedIn have shown and broadcast and said how thankful you are, how grateful you are for your beautiful family, who else would you thank? And I mean, we know it's probably a lot, Ben.
Yeah.
I mean, we know that you probably have a list of 1,725, I think you said it was?
I should have made a list because now, you know, all I'm thinking about is people I'm going to forget.
Okay, well, that's okay.
And you know what? If I somehow omit somebody, please
don't
forgive
start
me.
with that, because then as soon as you go, I'm going to make sure I'm going to key up some music to be played. If you do that whole thing, like, I know if I forget somebody, and then you mention 100 people were playing music on you.
You can cut off
Oscar style, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Let's
you just want me to just start?
Just a couple. I mean,
people, you know what? For me, this year has been the year that people have kind of come out of the periphery of my life.
Okay.
And have become kind of like real focal point players for me, right?
Okay.
So a couple things, you know, I'm just thinking about people like that. You know, Janet Turner is such a blessing in my life. You know, she'll say I'm a blessing in her life, but, you know, I think in reality, she's given me a purpose, you know. Victoria McCullough, you know, same type of thing. I didn't even know this person for a few months ago, but I've been able to touch her life, and in doing so, she's touched mine and given me purpose. You know, Thomas Cannellan, you know, he's somebody that, you know, a year ago I didn't even know this guy, and now he's become a good friend of mine. Brian Smith at Huntington, same thing. I've known him for maybe a year, and now he's a close friend. You know, Joe Partega, we've become close because we've done so many things, like the truck pull and all the charity stuff that we've done together. You know, and that's really enriched my life. You know, so I think about people like that have kind of been kind of fringe people in my life, but have kind of come into my life and really meant a lot to me.
Yeah. And,
what about you?
So for me, I think that was beautiful, though. I mean, because honestly, I mean, I've known you for quite some time, and you did mention some people I thought you would, just because, I mean, obviously they know who they are, but I like the fact that you mentioned people that are, you know, more recent, and then people that may not even think that they're helping you, though. That's, I mean, that's the cool part about it, because you're just acknowledging the fact that they are putting positive energy into you, and like you said, it's giving you a purpose and kind of validating what you maybe they didn't know you were doing. You know?
I think people watch these things and they think, oh, you know, these guys, they know everybody and whatever, and I think that they think that they're not important to us, but quite the opposite.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, because I'm not doing this because, I mean, for me, you know, like it is, but I mean, obviously it's great exposure and all that stuff, but I mean, the fact that we turn on the camera and turn it this way and look at ourselves and put things out there, we like to hear that we're doing a good job. We want to know which direction we're going in, you know? So it's almost like validation, and not the sense of saying, like, oh, you guys are awesome, but yes, you are headed in the right way, you know, right direction, young man. You know, that type of thing. I mean, because just coming into the industry, I like to even thank an organization, AMSA, American Movie and Storage Association. When I came into the industry, I didn't feel this way until recently, when I really started to have to think about how did I get to this point in my career. I mean, obviously for key players like the owner of our company, blah, 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 you know? But AMSA has played a huge role because they allowed me to start the 40 Below, which is a young professionals group there, and really put a stamp of validation on my career or who I was as a person. Just because coming into an industry that doesn't necessarily look like me was meant so much for them to actually put a stamp.
Officially endorse that.
Hey, like you're doing something right, so here, start a group. I mean, not only just you're welcome to come, but literally we're trusting you to start a group and get it rolling, and hopefully surround yourself with some great people. And that's also where I would like to thank you. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but you've been a good friend of mine, and when I needed to hear some things that I didn't think were true, you were there to do that for me. Rachel Fisher Lyons, she's always been, you know, whether it's me running the marathon or jumping in, you know, head first into helping out with 40 Below. But then also I was gonna, you know, Tom was on my list as well, Tom Cannellan, because I mean, he's always, I just literally met him and had a real conversation at, I think, the Atlas convention not very long ago, but he's so open and so willing to talk on a personal level and give you some good feedback on what you're doing.
You know what's funny? You mentioned Tom, right? And he's one of those people, and there's been a handful of people who come up to me and they're like, hey man, yo, I gotta meet that Thomas Bailey guy.
No.
He seems like a super cool guy, and I gotta meet him. And I'm like, yeah, man, no problem. Like next time you're in town, we'll have lunch or something like that, you know. And but it's so funny how many people come to me trying to get to you.
Yeah, nobody does that for you. For me. You know, they're just like,
I believe it because you never introduced me to nobody. So
well, no,
I can't believe it.
So I also feel like how some people, like you said, some people feel like everybody knows you, man. I mean, so they don't go like, who is that? They may say I've never met him in person, but I know that.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So I brought that back. I'm just saying.
Wait, so going back to also like your list of people you were thinking as I'm listening to you say this, right? Yeah. The overwhelming theme that I keep hearing in what you're saying and what I'm saying are these are people that have offered us encouragement.
Yeah, yeah.
These are people who have said, hey, good job. Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. I believe in you. What you're doing is making an impact. Yeah. And like, how simple is that for somebody to say to you? But yet, how impactful is that?
And how it doesn't happen as often as it should. And I think that
maybe you're not doing the right thing.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
If it's not happening enough,
I'm just saying. Like, I mean, not for me,
right,
just in general. Like, people don't. More than lately, I don't know what it like. Actually, now that I'm saying, more people lately in the last year or so, I've seen giving other people shout outs that deserve it. And maybe it's just, I think social media is playing a big role in that too. You know, the concept of hashtagging and adding a person and things like that, and actually bringing somebody into the conversation or the fold when they wouldn't have normally.
You know what we hear? So you talk about social media. We hear social media all the time. The impact it's having on people's self-esteem and our kids, right? And how people are getting cyberbullied and how people have unhealthy body images, and we think everybody's on a boat in the Mediterranean all the time because that's what we see. Yeah. But you just talked about something that I think is incredibly positive that we don't talk about enough, which is when we post something on LinkedIn, we get all these people saying, great job, looking good, keep up the good work, liking, commenting, engaging. And for me, I don't know what, I mean, for us, I mean, that's food for our soul. Yeah. And we don't talk about that enough. And I think that that's one of the really cool parts about social media and the future in general, right? We talk about the future and how everything's changing, how technology's changing, it's changing relationships and the way we relate to one another, and oh my gosh, what's going to happen when? And we kind of like think about it like doom and gloom, but with every technological advance, there's pros and cons. Yeah. And one of the cons is you have unhealthy body images. Yeah, one of the pros is if you're feeling bad, you can post something about it, and 20 people are going to come out of the woodwork and tell you, "Hey, chin up, you're doing great."
There's just there's more resources to change that. I mean, the world is much more open, which, like you said, it also has the pros and cons as well. I mean, because it's going to be some negativity that's easier to get to you if that's what you're looking for. That's what you're filtering in. Yeah. So.
But what's important though is we're taking this platform and this opportunity to infuse the world with positivity, and I think that is so important. I think that is actually maybe the mission of our generation, because this is going to be, we talked about millennials, and we talked about the definition of millennials are that they grew up in an analog, or they were born in an analog world, and then they also are digitally, what's the word I'm looking for here? They can live in a digital world, right? So they're comfortable in an analog world, and they can live in a digital world as well, right? Yeah. And our kids are growing up now in a digital world and will soon live with artificial intelligence. Yeah. And so when the computers start to get smart, they're going to take a look at all the data that humanity's produced, and they're going to start to learn from that. Yep. And there's a guy that used to be an ex-Googler who now is, he's oh gosh, it's like the Happiness Project or something, right? It's called, I'm probably wrong, but it's something like the Happiness Project. Yeah. And this guy's thesis is that AI is kind of like our kids, right? That's like a baby. Okay. And we're grown, and we're raising AI right now. Right. And what are we teaching AI? Because it's watching. Oh, right. It's paying attention. Yeah. And it's learning from us. Are we teaching it like, to grow up like Grand Theft Auto? Yeah. Are we teaching it to be like, warm and kind and build the world, make it a better place? Because one day it's going to be taking care of us. Yeah. So how are we raising this kid? That's right? True. I can see that. And so his whole thesis is we need to start being nicer to one another and putting that out there in the world, because that's going to be what we harvest.
Yeah, I mean, we can't create a karmic disaster, you know? Yeah. I mean, because one way, like, I didn't even think about it like that, but one day.
It's scary.
Yeah, thank you for that. On Thanksgiving.
It's
now
super
will spend
scary,
the rest of the day.
But now you have a reason to be nice. Before you were just
doing
doing
a reason to be thankful
now
for what I have.
Now you're going to be scared if you're not nice.
I will be nice to everyone the rest of this year.
Yeah, I didn't mean to be like a downer and stuff, but it just goes to show you yet another reason to be extremely kind and warm to people.
Well, on that note, though, I mean, I didn't know, we thanked everyone, or not everyone, but
we didn't thank nearly enough.
We didn't thank enough people, but I really do want to just say thank you. I mean,
thank you.
If you're watching this and have watched any of our other videos, it means the absolute world to us. I mean, some people may think we just want to hear ourselves talk, which is absolutely true.
We do watch these a few times.
Yeah, and I literally try my best to cut out everything that he says and just focus on me. But I mean, I really just want to say thank you so much for watching these and the feedback. Shout out to Rachel. We already said that before, but shout out to Rachel for that topic the other day. You know, the company culture, that was amazing, and we need to hear more of that. We need to hear just quick topics, and we can kind of we'll figure it out ourselves. You know?
Yeah, to all the people that engage, you know, and actually comment and actually keep the conversation going.
Yeah,
and respond, because this really is a conversation. It's a two-way street. You know, we put this out there, and we hope that it evokes thought and it gets conversations started. Yeah. And we really love to hear. I mean, the likes are nice and everything, but we really love to hear what you think about it.
Yeah, we really do. So I mean, so please keep it up. Like, comment, share. You know, let's get the word out. And we want this to mirror what you all want to see. So please keep doing that. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
And I would be remiss if my daughter is behind. She's our photographer.
Erin.
She's the camera person doing weird things behind the camera. Come, please.
Erin, come make a cameo.
Come on, hair.
I love this hair. This hair is so
she's
so
in the
crazy.
middle. She's in the middle of getting hair done.
Yes, it looks good the way it is.
There you go. This is my 85-year-old daughter.
I was gonna say she's bigger than you, man.
Say hello to the camera. Since she wanted to be back there.
I said, Erin, do you watch these? She's like, I watch them all. I think they're hilarious.
So thanks, Erin. That's my 12-year-old daughter. I think she's now embarrassed, but she's been behind holding to make sure the camera didn't do anything.
I think she's been working on some cue cards, but she's writing them in number 2 pencil, so I can't read anything you're saying.
It up. I don't get it. All right, well, love you, little girl. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching.
Love you too, man. Hey, thank you, bro.
Let's logo this thing.